Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Good evening. Do you know what they don't tell you in those glossy parenting magazines? The fancy magazines, the ones with the smiley moms and their kids in superhero capes, superhero dresses and other costumes. The ones that say special need kids are angels on earth. You know those magazines, they will just put them on the front page. Special needs parents are angels on earth. They don't tell you that some nights you will sit in your car after another endless therapy session, turn the radio up to drown out the silence and scream into the hands. You're screaming, put your hands in your hair, scream. You're just there. They don't tell you that you will grieve, not for your not for your child. No, you love your child as a parent. You love your child. But for the life that you've thought that you had, the life that you thought that you have, the one where the biggest worries of parents, some of the parents, the biggest worries they normally have is what? Homework, not IEP meeting. Date night, it didn't mean whispering in the kitchen. You just stay in the kitchen on your own, 2 a.m. Because the only time you are awake is the only time you are awake, 2 a.m. in the night. And there's no one there to touch, no to touch, none, nothing. Maybe either maybe your partner is sleeping, they are tired. But as a mom, you're just going to be awake 2 a.m. because your child is not sleeping. They don't tell you about the resentment, the ugly, creeping kind. I mean, the kind that slitters when you are scrubbing vomit of the walls again when your partner is asleep. Maybe your partner is not there. You're out with your child and they vomit on the floor and people they're staring at you. You need to clean it up and you're cleaning it. They are staring at you. Or you are just out there on the park. You're walking. You see other moms with their normal kid. Let's just put it that way. I call the typical kid. They have their own kid, normal kid, laughing, playing. They're swinging on the jungle of it. You understand? Just that time you're looking at that kid. You hate that person. You hate that kid. No, 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 no. You're talking about the guilt, the soul crushing guilt that comes after those thoughts. How dare you? That you see another kid, that you just hate another kid because they are normal. You're supposed to be strong, grateful, and inspirational. But here is the truth. They don't want to tell you. They don't want to say. Sometimes as a parent, you will miss your old life. The one where you weren't a nurse. You are not a therapist. You're not an advocate 24/7. The one where you could just be. You just be yourself. Just be a parent and normal. Sometimes you wonder if your marriage will survive this because, let's be honest, statistics aren't on your side. If you look at the statistics of families, marriages that have special need kids, it's not on your side. No. Sometimes you go to Google, you just want to Google. What are you Googling? Will your child ever live on their own independently? And then immediately you slammed it. You just close the door. Close that laptop immediately. Shut it down immediately because you have that guilt. Maybe you are committing a crime, something like that. Then sometimes you wonder if you're a monster for feeling that way. You are just a human. You are just a human. Life, this life is beautiful. When you look at life, life is so beautiful. Also, when you look at it, sometimes you say that life is unfair. Sometimes you say that life is brutal. The only way maybe you look at the only way out. I mean, when you just be honest with yourself, you got tears, maybe just cry or something like that. You just have to understand that sometimes these kind of things happens. It happens that it's out of your control. If there's something that you could have done, yeah, you could have done that. When you sat in the dark, you on your own, you're wondering how long you can do this. How long will you cope with this? How long? Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to One Up Podcast, where we strip away. We're talking about everything. On this podcast, we say it the way it is. Okay, we don't sugarcoat anything. Nothing. Forget about it. We say it the way sometimes it's not. It's uncomfortable. Sometimes the way we speak. Sometimes when we talk, many people don't really understand. They don't like it. But we have to like say it the way. We don't sugarcoat anything. Okay. We're talking about this evening the ugly truth about raising, I don't know how to say it, the ugly truth about raising special need kids. What they don't really tell, what the parents don't say, what they don't normally say, what no one admit, what they don't admit openly. When you see them carrying their kids on the wheelchair, some of them, different ones, different ones, different special needs. That's what we call them. What they don't tell you. That's what we're going to discuss this evening. Okay, welcome. Like I said, good evening. The the line is open as usual. Okay, the line is open. I would like you to call me. Let me know what you think about what we're discussing this evening. What are those things? The things about raising special needs. What are those things that many people don't admit? They don't want to say. You can put on the comment section. You can put in there your thoughts. If you don't want to call, put your thought in there on the comment section. I'll read them out. What is related to what we're discussing. Or the line is open. Just call me. Let's discuss this ugly truth about raising special needs kids. Let's talk about it. Okay. Let's dive in. Let's just go in straight. Most times you see that you see parents with their kids. You see some parents. Sometimes you see them. You know the ones that we normally see proper. The ones that you notice all the time is those ones who might be on the wheelchair. They come in just pushing that. And then you're looking at the parents. Sometimes might not be a parent. It might be the brother or the sister of the child. They're pushing them. There are other symptoms. There are other ones, other different kind of special needs that we would not just like trying to like highlight them, but we'll discuss them as we're going on. You see them all the time because you've never been in their shoe. You never like seeing yourself in. I mean, imagine yourself in a situation. You see them all the time. You don't know how it feels. Most cases, you can help them push the wheelchair, maybe like to help them put fully up in the car, or maybe help to like push cross the road or something like that. But after that, nothing. You don't really know what it really entails. You don't really know what is really going on. Do you understand? And then you see another one again, the same. You don't feel. You don't see what they are going through because some of them don't normally come out to talk about it. Some are really like they feel uncomfortable discussing their child. Some parents, because they love their kids so much, they really love their kids so much, and because of that, in most cases, they don't want to talk about it. Some of them, some ladies, you see them, they will stop going to work, then they will be caring for their, just like becoming carers. They will just taking care of those kids. The only time you might see them is when they are taking them to school. Maybe here in the Western world, the only time maybe we see them when they are just bringing their kids and then like putting them in the bus so that the bus will take them to their school or special school, something like that, where they're taking them to. Do you understand that? Because 24/7, they are carers. They are taking care of those kids. They are there in there. What they don't normally tell you is the grief that parents sometimes they feel. The grief. Not that grief is not for their child. No, no, no. But the grief for the life they thought they would have. Like when you get married, you're expecting like, yeah, you have that, you have a child, that the child is going to be a blessing for the marriage or something like that. You know, you pray for a child and all that, hoping that you have a child. Then now the child comes out without any fault of yours. They have any, you know that they have a child. Then they have a little bit of difficulty. Let me use that word. They become passionate. Then there's this grief that normally comes with it. The grief, like I said, is not for the child. No, 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 no. It's like the life the parents they thought that they've had, the life that they like that they just like the life that life that they believe that they will have. Talking about anniversaries, the milestones they will not celebrate, the vacations that they will never take. The normal parenting experiences is gone, stolen from them. Do you understand? But they have a child. They're supposed to celebrate it. They're supposed to be happy. But it turns to grief. But they will never show that to you. They will not tell you. They will not like, they love their child. What are we talking about? The truth about raising a special need kids. What they don't normally say. That's what we're talking about. One mother said is that her child is autistic. We're talking about autistic is quite different. Non-verbal. The child doesn't speak properly. What did the mother say? She said, when my friends complain about their kids, that kid going to soccer games or prom dates, I have to leave the room. She have to leave the room. She's happy for them. But it feels like a salt in a wound. It feels like a salt in a wound. It is not allowed. She's not cannot even admit. She cannot, like admit exist within. You understand? When her friends, when she's with in a gathering of her friends are discussing about their kids, she will just pretend, she will just sneak away. Because most times, parents the way they do. They complain, my kids this, the stubborn, that this, that all those kind of things. They forget that in normal life, their kids are normal. They are typical kids. But there are other parents that they have special kids that they're taking care of. The ones that they verbally they cannot communicate properly because of autistic. And then why are those parents? Why is it that they're grieving on that? Because when they say it loud, when they open up and say it, people will call them selfish. Why are they calling them selfish? They're saying that yeah, you should be grateful. Your child is alive. But is he so strong? I mean, is he wrong to mourn the life that you've lost? Is he wrong to do that? Is he wrong to acknowledge your difficulties? Is it wrong to do that? Many people they always judge. They use that tone. Sometimes they will tell you, come on, you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be grateful that your child is alive. There are some people they lost their child during childbirth. You're supposed to be happy. You shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be mourning. You shouldn't be grieving or something like that. No, 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 no. You shouldn't feel the grief because they are not in your shoe. They don't know what you're going through on a daily basis. They don't. Like I said, if you're joining us, we are discussing the ugly truth about raising a special need child. You can put on the comment section your question. You can put on the comment section your own thought. What is it that you want to talk about? Or you can call me. I would like to know, how does it feel having a special need child? How does it feel? It might not it might not be you that have the special need child. It might be a friend of yours or your sister or brother or someone, family member that you've seen them caring for someone. Might not be you know what I'm talking about. I would like you to call me. I would like to know your thought. I would like to know your thought. Okay. Because it's not going to be comfortable. We are saying it the way. What about your marriage? What about your marriage? Okay. If when you're talking about the stress of raising a typical kid, when I'm referring to typical kid, I'm talking about kids with normal kids that you say that yeah, they're okay. They're walking, they can speak, they're normal kid. If you see parents they complain, they say that it's stressful, it's very stressful to raise a kid. It's very stressful. Some even say to you that it's very, very expensive raising kids. They start telling you a lot of things, buying clothes and all that. The kids they don't listen, they are stubborn, they're taking the remote, they don't tell them to stop, they not all of that. Okay. So if you think that is stressful raising a normal, typical kid, and then you're thinking about the strain, the stress, if it would affect your relationship. What about raising a special need kid? You can think about that as like throwing a grenade, the bomb grenade, throwing a grenade, it will explode. You're talking about stressful to raise a normal kid. Then what about special need kid? Talking about the resentment. We're talking about the dead bedroom. You know that the dead bedroom because before taking care of the kid, before minding the kid, before caring for the kid throughout the day, before you get to the night coming to bed, you're exhausted, you're tired, you're dead. So anything about bedroom activities, nothing. Is dead. So what next comes? I do more that the fight will come in now. That's what the fight comes. The partners, they be fighting and all that because of what? Either the man or the woman, they're exhausted because all they doing, all they were doing was taking care of especially kid. So the bedroom activity is all there. Do you understand? What are we talking about? How does it feel? What are the things that they don't normally people don't say, they don't talk about when we come to special needs kids? Because looking at normal kids, typical kids, is exhausting. Raising them, it's exhausting. Taking care of them, it's exhausting. Taking them to nursery or taking them to school, bring them back, and all that is exhausting. And when you're thinking about exhaustion and all that, then what about special need? What do you think? In most cases, some people that are already you can say people that are blessed, that their kids are okay, they don't really think about that because they've never been in that situation. They don't really know how if it feels like being a parent to a special need kid. Okay? See what a father to a child with cerebral palsy, what he said. He said that we lasted 8 years after the diagnosis. After the diagnosis, just 8 years immediately. That's how their marriage lasted. That's the reason why they divorced. Their divorce came through the diagnosis. Immediately they got the diagnosis, their marriage lasted for only 8 years. And he went ahead and said that the final straw, she said, "You love him more than me." And honestly, probably she was right. The, the man he has to, because all the love, attention, everything is divided to the child. And then out of his making, he start neglecting the wife because all he's thinking about is to take care of the child. He wants the child to be okay, forgetting that he has to also care for their marriage. It lasted for only 8 years. They're divorced. Then you ask how many couples stay together for the kid while sleeping in bed, different separate rooms. How many couples? Like if you use that scenario, they the child was diagnosed immediately. Sometimes, depending on the diagnosis or the kind of issue they have, some of them at night they will not be sleeping. They'll be screaming, they're going through pains and all that. And then maybe the dad is going to work in the morning. He has to go to work, and the mom has to take care of the child. So the child is screaming. The mom will say to the dad, I've been the one taking care of him throughout the day. I need to rest. I want to sleep. Can you take care of the child? Can you just stay with for a while? Just stay. Let me just have a nap. Let me just sleep a little bit." And the dad was like, "No, I'm going to work. I'm the one taking care of the bills. I have to pay the bill. I need the money. I have to go to work." That's where argument, conflict, fight. It will just come in immediately. What happens? In most cases, they'll be sleeping in separate rooms. Sometimes they will turn to what? Roommate with a custody agreement. Because now, You might get to a stage where they don't fight anymore. They're tired of fighting. Do you understand? Those that are maybe those of them that understand, those of them that understand what they're going through, maybe they might seek for therapy or something. Now, some of them don't do that. If you're joining us, we're talking about the ugly truth about raising a special need child, special need kid. What the parents, what most of them don't say, what they don't tell you. We're talking about the challenges of raising special kids, if you can put it that way. We'll be talking about discussing about the parents. What about the siblings? They sacrifice the siblings, brothers and sisters, they will give also. Because once that their brother or their sister is diagnosed with one of maybe the issues, what will happen? Not only the parents now, it will affect everybody in the family. We're talking about the siblings, the normal ones, the ones who've had to grow up too fast because you know what I mean? Their siblings needs always their needs always come first. The parents will always everything they will. Let's just put it this way: you're going to school, you need some textbooks or something. Maybe there are some things that they need. Just because the parents are spending a lot of money to take care of that one that is like the special need kid, all their focus is going to be on the special need kid. The other ones, the siblings, going to be like what? Sometimes they get neglected. They get neglected. Parents will say they don't have any money to give because all their money they're spending it on this one. They spend a lot of money on that one. So they get neglected because the special need kid, his own needs will come first. And most cases, the kids, the other like the siblings, they'll be feeling jealous. They'll be feeling isolated. They'll be feeling like maybe their parents paying all their attention to the special need kid, the love and everything. You understand? Let me just tell you what one of them said. An adult sibling of a severe disabled brother. What he said. He said that what he put in there, he said that I was my brother's keeper from age 10. I missed sleepovers and school dances. My parents forget my 16th birthday because of his medical crisis. Do I love him? He said yes. Am I still angry? He said also yes. He loved his brother, but he's angry. He's, he's got that grief because he has to put the brother needs first before his own. He has to be the brother's keeper. He has to make sure that he's taking care of the brother, especially when the mom or the dad, the parents, they're going to work when they are not around. He has no choice than to take care for the brother or the sister. Talking about some of them that have severe disabled issues. When you look at it, you can say that the siblings they pay price, they pay their own fair share price, and nobody will gonna ask them if it's fair. Mm-mm. I don't think you're gonna ask them that because they don't have any choice. They don't have any choice. It's not what they bargain for. It's not what they pay for. Same to the parents. They have no choice. What are we talking about? Challenges of raising special needs. What they don't normally tell you, what they don't talk about, what they don't discuss, what they didn't like, They don't want to show. Talking about the ugly truth. They don't. Now, it's another place I want to take you to. Talking about the judgment zone. You know the judgment zone. The judgment zone. What is it? Do you understand what I'm talking about? The judgment zone. The stairs. Like, the whispers. Oh God. When you move, when you go in, you're on the bus, you're on the train, you're in the church, you're in the gathering where people are. Then the kid start making some funny noise. They start making some funny screams and all that. They start screaming. I'm talking about the stairs, the way they start looking at the parents. When someone is looking at you without saying anything, when they're looking at you without saying a word. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, hello, good evening, welcome.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening, welcome.
Malcolm, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Are you?
Okay.
Yeah, you're
I
asking?
want to comment the topic.
Okay, good.
Yeah, about the special keys.
Yeah,
It's not an easy thing for someone to have a special kid. It's not an easy thing. But I thank God today that you just brought out the topic for people to hear and hear some talk so that they know how to go about it, because it's only the person that wears shoes know where the shoe is pinching him or right.
yes.
Because special key is not something, especially there was a friend of mine that has such case. The guy is a secular. You know how secular
Yeah, and
you manage them.
they manage them.
It's not an easy,
Mhm.
it's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very painful. You spend your money, spend your time, spend everything, and at the end, it's under 50-50. Understand?
Mhm.
It's only few of them can survive, and some. There was that my friend, and how God makes it, the person is a genius.
Okay, the
That
kid, the
person
kid
is a
is the kid is
genius.
genius. Yeah, the kid is very, very
Yeah,
smart.
yeah,
Mm, mm,
very smart. And in terms of academics,
yeah.
the child, he doesn't come second.
Mm,
Everything first. She took first in everything.
mm.
But to my greatest surprise and sad news, entering her university, she made her papers WAEC A's
Mm.
for entering university. She did not make it.
They lost her.
Yes, they lost her. Very painful thing.
Yeah.
So handling special keys is not an easy thing. It's not something that one will have an experience.
Mm.
Understand?
Yeah.
It's not something that one will have an experience. But whenever such a thing comes up, you need prayer and caring, hoping in God, because others may not see what you are seeing. They may not see what you are seeing. In my working place, there was a child. If I may use that word, imbecile.
Yeah.
The girl.
It's most of them that
She
have
suffered.
they call them the Down syndromes. Yeah, they have Down
Oh,
syndromes. Yeah.
yeah, that syndromes.
Mm.
Man, what the woman again that she will stay in the class, she want to she will put her
Herself. Hmm.
herself, she messed up, do everything. And maybe all these class
Hmm.
ladies
Hmm.
showcasing themselves, doing all those things. Once the woman comes around, she will see all those things. Man, the shame and the trauma and all those things. If you don't take time,
Hmm.
if you don't have that courage, you will not handle such thing.
Hmm.
But I thank God that the topic just came up now. Once we are not God, once we are somebody's opportunity to have such a thing, what you need love from friends and well wishers, because what that person in particular is going through is not something to write home, honestly. But I thank God for the topic that just came up.
Yeah, he's
There
one
are
of
many of them.
yeah, he's one of our followers that send a topic. He said that we've been saying a lot of we'll be dealing with a lot of topics that if we can look into this one. And then that's why
Yeah,
it's been a while now because I've been having the challenges. I've been like anytime I want to do talk about it. I have not
yeah.
had that courage because it's very, very delicate. It's something that
Very, very,
you know what I
very,
mean. So that's why. Well, I just some courage this evening. I said, let me just talk about it. I have to like discuss it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is not, he doesn't have much to talk, but the agony in it and the pains and
Mm,
the trauma and stress and everything. It's not something that will come to a person.
mm,
And honestly, it's not something that will come to a person. I'm telling you honestly.
mm,
But in all things, you give thanks to God, because there are some that wants to have something like that, but the people that have it, man, it's not so. But love the topic that most of them now need caring, loving, and all the things. Showing the guy,
mm,
the person in charge, showing them love, caring, petting them, because what they are passing through.
mhm,
Then there was a one with one case, the girl, she wanted to commit suicide because of her
mm.
condition.
Yeah.
No, once they come back to their senses, those things, they doesn't feel happy.
Mm,
They doesn't derive any joy.
yeah.
They feel that they are they are they are they are isolated. They don't have, because you will not have friends,
Mm,
don't have anybody to stay around you, don't have anybody to pamper you, all those things. It's only that your parents or your siblings, others will trying to scare,
mhm,
you know.
mm.
So it's not something to, I thank God for the topic. It's not something to come to a person.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Thank you so
So
much. Yeah.
I'm impressed in your topic that you have been bringing. It's very, very educating. And if you can be able to follow it sequentially, at least, because they say experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, I know that. Thank you.
So,
I appreciate.
yeah, so you're welcome.
I appreciate. Thank you. All right, guys. The line is vacant now. You can call if you want to call. Okay, just the line is free now. Okay. Yeah. He was. He just gave an example with people with sickle cell. When you talk about those with sickle cell, especially in Africa, it's very difficult. It's very challenging. A lot. Even I remember those days as well. When we were growing up, I remember one of our friends too. We lost one of our friends through that sickness. Every though the parents they have, let me put it like that. The parents are a little bit, they have a little bit of money. They normally like always, I think it's every year or something like that, they have to go and do blood transfusion. They change the blood and everything. But the guy still they still lost to the guy. It's so painful, especially in Africa. I don't know why, but here in the West, they do manage it. They manage it a lot. Understand? So right from once the child is born, they manage it. I don't know how they do it, but Seriously, they do manage it. Once sometimes they have their crisis, and once they have the crisis, they take them to hospital and all that. They'll still like protect. And I don't know what they how seriously. It's quite different over here in the West. They will manage it a lot, but mostly in Africa, I know a lot of people that have lost their family, lost their own loved ones because of that. I mean, they lost them through that sickness. You understand? And those of them that are still like maybe they're still alive, they go through pains. They go especially during the rainy season, they go through pains. A lot of them go through pains, and it's not that it's not easy. Seriously, it's not easy at all. Okay, so what was I talking about? He made mention of those with Down syndromes, Down syndromes, and then some of them with those Down syndromes. I was talking about before he received the call. I was talking about the stairs, the whispers. I mean, the when the people looking at you funny. Okay, the child will be in the church or be in gathering or on the bus or something like that, and they want to sing. You know how they want to like, yeah, they sing, they start making some funny jokes and funny sounds and all that, and people will be staring. They'll be looking at you. They, you know how they're looking at you without saying anything, and you know what? You know why they're staring at you. You know why they're looking at you. They want you to shush him up. They wanted to like stop him. But what are you going to do as a parent? What can you do? Is your child. He's expressing himself or she's expressing herself. They want to sing. Sometimes you see that some parents will just give them the I mean like give them the phone and then some days or something like that, just to give them that for them to like to quiet listen to the music or listen to videos or something like that. Unknowingly, what would you think is happening? Even the earphone, nothing will not stop. They will start screaming, singing along with it. They're singing along with the song. I mean, all that. And the sound, their sound, their tone will sound funny. People looking at them and all that. We're staring at the parents. It's not about the stares. Immediately the whispers. They will start hearing the whispering. They will start whispering and all that. You need to shush the person. You need to stop them. Please stop immediately. Some of them will even stand up to leave the coach if he's on the train. They will leave that coach, go to another coach. Some of them will leave the seat on the bus and just go to another bus. Sometimes so maybe like here in the West here, they will come down, leave the bus and go down because they don't want to hear. And the parents, what do you think gonna happen to them? Okay, it's not only even that. There are some of them too. They will like other parents. They will start like telling you, giving you options, giving you directions or things to do. Some of them will start asking you questions. Have you tried this essential oil? Have you tried this medicine? Have you tried this? Have you taken the child to this church or have you taken the child to this? And it's not only that. You're looking at the worst judgment. Sometimes it comes from other special needs parents too. What are we talking about? The ugly truth about raising a special needs child. What most of them they don't tell you. What most of them don't tell you. What most of them don't say. Most of them. Okay. One parent on Facebook, she has an autistic child as well. The autistic child is a lady, is a girl. She's already in her teenage age. She was saying that she was in a group of audis. You know how it is in the group. There are some of them parents that have special need kids. They will create their own group. You just join the group, maybe to get ideas on how they're coping and all that. And this one, she was in a group. What did they say? Some of the what? Oh gosh, talking about the judgmental parents. Some of them from I mean, they start judging you. Some other parents that already like, have special need kids too, they'll start judging. One of them said to her, "How could you abandon your child?" But they weren't even there when, baby child fall down and broke her nose. And then they start judging her immediately. How could you abandon your child? How could you do that? Could you do that? Abandon your child. But none of them were there. They didn't know what happened. They don't know how. They don't know why the child fell down. They don't know what happened to the child. You see what I mean? And it's very difficult sometimes for some parents to admit. They just like admit that they cannot do it alone. They cannot do it alone. I said at the beginning, I said sometimes it brings separation in the marriage, divorce and all that. Some of them, their men, their husband, they cannot stand it. They just leave and leave the child with just the mom. The woman will turn to single parent. Not just that she will turn to a single parent, that she will still become a carer at the same time. And then it's quite difficult for her to like admit that she cannot do it alone. Well, then you ask the question, since when did asking for help become a sin? Is it easy to ask for help? That's nothing. Most of them will not ask because of other people will start judging them. Other people will start staring, just laughing at them. A lot of things gonna happen. And that's why they prefer not to even come out. The only time you see them is when they are taking those kids to school. Once they come back home, the child will be in. You hardly see them because of what? Some people, some of you that will be judging them, they will try to avoid them. Just avoid. They don't want that. They don't want that. Okay. There are this set of people too that we've not talked about. Like I said, guys, the line is still open. Okay, you can call. If you call now, you can go through. That's this set of people as well. Those of the some parents that are always like thinking, what will happen when they die? What if they die and leave their child and leave that special kid? What will happen to them? What will really happen to them? Start asking those questions. What will really happen when they are gone? They start thinking, will their siblings step up? Will their brothers and sisters step up to take care of them? Who will take over? Who will take care of the kid? Or will they just like go and dump them in one of those homes? We just pick, how it is. Some parents, some kids, some of them brother siblings, some of them too. Some of them that cannot handle that. They cannot start. They can't. What they normally do, they would just bundle that person and just go and dump them in one of the homes where they take care of them. One of those. I don't know if you've watched those documentaries. Some of those homes where they just dump them there. Some of them they will just like defecate themselves. Nobody gonna. They will stay on that. They will pee on themselves. When they're eating, they mess themselves up. You see flies and everything. Those people there, they don't care. See some of the documentaries. You understand? I don't know. What do you think? We're discussing the ugly truth about raising a special need child. If you don't have any child, or you've never seen, or you don't have any, maybe you never experienced that, you will not understand what we're talking about. You understand what I mean? You not understand that. Most of us, maybe you seen our friends family members or someone that maybe like, yeah, that passed through that, you experience that. You've seen them. Might be your neighbors, something like that. You've seen them. You just see them. But you never like, put yourself in their shoes. You don't know what they're going through. An elderly woman, she's 45, she's 45 years old with Down syndrome. The sister was 78. The sister was saying that she had cancer twice. Every night that she pray that she will outlive her other sister because no one will care for. Nobody, no one will care. This is the worst terrifying thought of all. When you are thinking you are sick, but you are thinking that you don't want to die and leave your sibling. You don't want to die or leave your child. But you cannot take care of, you are sick, can't take care of yourself, but you are thinking of your child that is not well. You are thinking of your child. You're not thinking about who's going to take care of you. You're thinking of how you're going to take care of that. Because of what? Their special needs. And these are what the kind of things that is happening in most homes that they don't discuss, they don't say, they don't talk about. They don't really talk about it. And then, like I said earlier, this topic is something I've been trying to like. I don't know how even I have someone courage to discuss it because it's a very, very sensitive topic. It's a very sensitive topic. It's very sensitive, and I don't want like go deep into it proper. I just want like touch the surface because it's very deep and it's so emotional and it's so uncomfortable when you're talking about it. You understand what I mean? Special need kids, the challenges of raising special need kids, the challenges. Look, some of them, like if you go on TikTok, you can see some parents that are like have autistic children. You see them on TikTok. They're coming on TikTok, discussing, trying to like, try to let them make some friends. They come live on live sessions. So people will like, trying to like talk to them. The parents will be like, like trying to translate, let them understand that people are like loving them or saying a lot of things to them, sending them gifts and all that. Sometimes they don't know what is happening around them. They don't even know their surroundings. Nothing. You understand? They don't know their surroundings. Nothing. But the parents are always there, making sure that they're there. I was watching one that they is a young, should be around 19. He has this I don't know, it's multiple. It's more he has a he's autistic, he has a what do you call it again? I forget one of these. There are sometimes different kind of, he has I don't know. When he's shaking his head sometimes, like when he's upset, he will just be hitting his head on the wall or something like that. You understand? Sometimes you will it looks as if maybe he's very upset and angry and they would like to like, strangle the mom and all that, you know. Uh, but she's there. She's keep on like holding him, try to like calm him down. She knows how to like handle that situation. And not everybody will have that patience. It's not everybody will have that patience. I was watching this, I said to myself, wow, this is I don't know. I don't know if I can handle that. And someone would say that God always give them that, the courage, give them the strength to handle. Are you getting me? You know, it's not easy. Someone put on the comment section. Let me just say what he said. He said a lot of parents go through low self-esteem and mostly feel ashamed moving about with their own kids. Yes, a lot, many times, a lot. They feel ashamed moving around with their kids. It's not only parents, siblings too. They do that. You will never know that it's their brother or their sister. Never. Some of them will never walk with them, go with them, go an errand with them. No, they don't want to have anything to do with them because they don't want their friends to to laugh at them because they don't want them to know that they are siblings. This is what is happening. It's what is happening. It's not that easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy. It's not easy. No, I don't. I said it. I don't know. It's listen. To be frank with you, it's too emotional. It's something that if you never experience it, you will not know how to express yourself. You will not know what to say because it's a brutal issue. It's so brutal. Raising a special need kid. It's so brutal. Talking about you lose yourself. You will lose yourself sometimes. Mentally, physically. It's draining. It's draining. So draining. Okay. I think we're rounding up seriously. Well, let me check. I think there's a put a comment as well. You have to be emotionally strong to go through the phase. If not, you will never be happy. Always upset with everything around you. Honestly, anyone taking care of them is a strong woman. I need to be appreciated. They will have extra patience and tolerance to go through it. That's what I was trying to say. You need to have extra patience, tolerance. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't really know how you're going to cope. I don't know. That's what I said earlier. I said that I think God normally gives them extra. It's not only patient, extra patient. It gives them that strength. Give them, I don't know. Some of them that are they're superheroes. The way they handle those their kids. I went my work sometimes. I visit people's homes and or something like that. I went to one place. I saw this. This lady. She has them too. She has them too. She's an Indian lady. Two. She has them two on a wheelchair. Two of them. I don't know. I don't know. Seriously, think about it. Two. Now she's coping and I don't seriously. I don't know. You understand? I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that most times you see that parents, those that have normal kids, let me use that typical kids, they complain a lot. My kid, our kid, they do this, to do that, and all that is stressful and all that. I think I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna say it. You need to be grateful. You need to be grateful. Kids have to be kids sometimes, yes, but you need to be grateful. What you don't really know what God done for you. You need to be very much grateful. You understand? I think that's the only thing I have to say. And I have to tell the parents, all of them that are having the special need kids and all that. You are not a bad parent. You are. I think you guys are the real ones. You guys are the real ones. Seriously, I don't know how to say it, but I don't know how you guys handle this. How do you guys cope? But whatever you guys doing, whatever how you doing it, don't beat yourself up. You guys are doing a great job. Okay. All right, guys. This will stop. Thank you all of you that joined us tonight, and those that called and messages and all that. Please don't forget to share the program. Share it to your contact. Okay, share it. Also, if you have any controversial topics that you want us to like look into, you can send it to us on the number that we normally like put on the link. I'll put the number again. You can put here is a WhatsApp number. You can send it to that number. Okay, so that we discuss that. Also, don't forget to keep this topic going on the comment section. Keep the conversation going. Okay, until I catch you guys again next week Friday, hopefully, if God tarries. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.